lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
welcome to the last great Coliseum and round number 9 of the iSNF Sunday Night Fever Cup Series. It's Bristol, baby, 250 here tonight. Deutsche Pass up in the booth with you. Joined with me by my partner in crime from across the big pond, Mr. Jason Sofford. And Jason, I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, so am I. It's such a unique track, and it definitely provides its own challenges. I think that's fair to say.
It does at that, and with all the reconfigurations that this track has gone through, since they went concrete around the entire facility, I think this is probably one of the best racing line layouts that we've seen in quite a while, especially with the new tire model that iRacing brought out this past week 13, the new damage model, the new aero model, all of those that have been showing, at least here in the hot lap session. We're going to see 2 and 3 wide racing here tonight, Jason.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've spotted for someone who's done a NIS race as this full 500 this week, so I've got a lot of experience watching cars going around this track, and yeah, the racing can be good. You've just got to keep it out of that wall.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a couple hometown heroes to speak about. Skylar Carnes, JB Banner, and Jake Banner, all from just up the road in actually Bristol, Tennessee. Mark, the Honey Wagon, Hannah by nearby Newport, and Zach Taylor is just up the road in North Tazewell, Virginia. So just across the Virginia border there. A couple of substitutes to speak of tonight. Lilith Peters is going to be subbing into the 42 for Casey Tomlinson. Christian Delgado is in for Bob Wyckoff in the 78. Zach Taylor in for Ricky Hudgens in the 52. Linus Brostrom for Colin Forrester in the Ace. And Zach Phillips in for Herbie Sadler in the Virginias for Lovers number 25. And because we are on a short track, Jason, rules changing just a tick here tonight, as Chief Cook and Bottle Washer for the league can come in and explain to us this one. DQ limit set to 25 tonight. That's being very generous, Rhea.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone out there who's listening right now. I'm trying to be a softer soul this evening and give everybody a little bit more elbow bumps out there that I think will naturally happen just from being in tight quarters with a big field. So I hope that people don't abuse that and instead use that to kind of escape trouble if there's something spinning in their way. But yeah, 25X, which is not something you normally see in this series. Normally, even for short tracks, we'll do a 21, but decided to bump it up 4 extra.
Well, we're probably going to need it, considering that I'm counting 46 haulers in the infield here tonight. And pit road is going to be a busy place. Now, we're doing a single pit road, correct?
Yes, we are. We're doing a single pits. So everybody needs to watch. Coming into turn 2 is the entry for that, I do believe.
Absolutely. As qualifying, getting ready to kick off here. Just waiting for the first victim to jump onto pit road. No takers yet. Interesting. Nobody wants to be the first one to pull the trigger in qualifying.
The qualifying may be session on my part. And I may need to figure out what button to push to do that.
To do what now?
To advance the session.
Oh, just right-click anyone's name.
It's sitting right now in a warm-up. No, it's in qualifying.
Yeah, it's in qualifying mode. If you want to skip the qualifying session, just right-click anyone's name in the info screen. Or not info, results screen, and advance session. You got to look behind the curtain tonight, folks. I want to thank everybody for joining us in the live chat. Our good buddy Chris Worrell checking in. Say a prayer for me tonight. Absolutely, Chris, as you wish. Dietik? I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher that name.
That would be Davey Hendricks, I think.
Is that Davey Hendricks? Okay. Okay, so now we are in the warm-up session as the sun continues to set here at Bristol. You can see the long shadows that are here, kinda, as we are going to be qualifying did get rained out in the real-world Bristol race, so they did line them up via car owner points. But again, 46 cars or 46 haulers in the infield. You can see just how jam-packed that infield is right now, as well, that makes things quite easy. Time to grid them up. So let's take a look at tonight's starting grid. AJ Green, your points leader, going to be starting right next to Mikael Hagstrom in the 2. That is row number 1. Curtis Kelly and Linus Brostrom, row number 2. Taylor Butcher Benjamin is going to be joined with Marcus Hagman in row number 3. And what do you see that's very similar for all three of the front 3 starters in the outside lane? If you said they've got Swedish flags, you're absolutely correct. Brian Chu going to be with Steven Sear in row number 4. Row 5 is going to see Adam Duff, Alex Weigert, Derek Cook, and Charles Robertson rolling it off in row number 6. Row 7 is going to see Peyton Hubbard and J.B. Banner, Skylar Carnes and Colin Ziemer in row number 8. Row 9 sees Jason Ricketts and Brian Treadwell, Mike Iskandar and Rhea Ferris rounding out your top 20 starters. Jason?
Yep, and in row number 11, we've got Jalen Battle and Christian Malcharik. Row 12, we've got Jonas Skoglund and Joey Manis. Row 13 is going to be James Bowles and Lilith Peters. Row 14 is going to see Johnny Castle and Chris V, with the top 30 rounded out by Christian Delgado and Mark Hanna. Row... What are we?
16.
16. Cool, thank you. You're better at maths than I am. Lance Hill and John Hopley, with row 17 going to Jeff Weimer and Damien Mulvey. Row 18 is going to go to Justin Barkley and Nathan Allor, with row 19 Chris Brow and David Miller. And row number 20, Chase Arden and Angel Hernandez, Tony.
Jake Banner and Zach Taylor are going to start in row number 21. Row 22 sees Dave Holmberg and Adam Alshire. Isaac Wilson and Zach Phillips starting shotgun on the field back there in 45th and 46th starting positions. So there are going to be some cars that are going to have to share some pit stalls here tonight. So let's get that off our screen. Take a quick look at the points coming into tonight. There you see AJ Green, James Bowles, Curtis Kelly, Colin Forrester, and Marcus Hagman currently sitting atop the pile in your top 5. Still pretty close point standings here. Trying to make it into the playoffs. Colin Zimmer currently in. Rhea Ferris currently on the outside looking in. So that is going to be something to keep an eye on, as well as Christian Malcharik, who missed the first handful of races this season, flirting with being able to get into the top 16 to make it to the playoffs, as we are just waiting for the last couple of stragglers to grid up with us. And let's get that off the screen. As you see, just a couple of stragglers waiting to get up there. Linus Brostrom, one of them. Marcus Hagman, Brian Chu, and Alex Weigert, all doing some last-minute strategery to try to get this one figured out. But Jason, we're in for a treat tonight, my friend. 250 laps here at Bristol under the lights.
We are indeed. There are quite a few drivers down towards the bottom of the grid who haven't gridded up yet as well, although that's probably just me having to change my... that is.
No, there was a couple back there.
Yep, I just had to change my max cars because I have the privilege of being able to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, I will be in and out the session about 10 times with the amount of cars that are here, I think.
Well, from the looks of it, we're about to start rolling them here at the Last Great Coliseum as the pace car finally starts to roll it. The Ford Mustang GT500 pace car, the official pace car of iRacing, always has been, always will be. So Green, Hagstrom, Kelly, Brostrom, Hagman, Butcher Benjamin, Sear, Chu, Duff, and Cook, your top 10 coming into this rained out qualifying session. So we're starting them based on owner points. Half mile, high banked concrete jungle that is Bristol. Geico restart zone will be in effect tonight, as you see it right there on the turn 4 wall. Initial start will be on the green. Everything after that will be on the leader in that zone. Single pit road to speak of tonight. So the cars are going to be entering and exiting pit road in turns 1 and 2. And then you've got to drive all the way around to your pit box. So as the field works, it's down, way down the back straightaway. Lights are out on the pace car. The only thing left to say is it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab some barbecue because it's time to get it on in the middle 10. Race fans, it's show time! Green getting a good getaway as Kelly able to slide in behind him. Hagstrom and Butcher Benjamin, that's Brostrom and Butcher Benjamin going door to door right now, trying to make some headway. Good strong battle starting up here in the front as Linus Brostrom driving against the car he drove last season. How about that? Like John Hopley, Mike Iskandar having some problems there. I'll tell you though, Jason, I'm not really impressed by... Oi!
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Yeah. I was just about to say I'm impressed by how much of a beating these cars can take, but I couldn't get the words out of my mouth. There's the 19 going sideways. Keep your eye on the 7. All hell breaks loose behind him. Let's back that up a little there. Oy. I started back here with Damian Mulvey, as he got turned coming off a 4. Cars sideways scattering, and boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, admittedly, I didn't see most of that because I am having my issues with this many cars no matter what.
Understandable, as that's a big wad up there. Oy. Well, now for the good news. It may seem like damage, but the 52. So we're going to back that up to a previous lap for Zach Taylor here. There's Taylor up through the middle. He's going to get a good head of steam. He was able to weave his way through the first one. Ow! Oh, there's our first, thank God this is a simulator moment of the night, as unfortunately that would have been a basilar skull fracture had this been real life.
I'm sure I'll be able to see it on the stream at some point, but yeah, I'm kind of not surprised that something similar... Yeah, okay. I see that now. Yeah.
Yeah, that was ugly. Ugly with a capital UG.
It's not too surprising here, and, well, I know for a fact that this setup especially is very much so oversteery. on cold tires, which is not going to help.
And again, that whole England and the U.S., two countries separated by a common language. Over here, we call that loose.
Yeah.
And as the old saying goes, tight is when your car hits the wall with the front end. Loose is when you back it into the wall. Horsepower determines how fast you're going when you hit the wall. And torque determines how far you take the wall with you once you hit it. How about that, huh? As lights are out on the pace car, AJ Green, Curtis Kelly, well, AJ Green actually is,
Hang on, we're not going green.
no.
Yeah, I think they've delayed it because
Why has the 7 car not
Just
been
sort of still-
released?
trying to sort everything out.
There we go, yeah, because the 7 was up there, and I
Yeah.
don't think it released him.
Yeah, 7 was being told to stay behind the pace car, so they've extended the caution and let him through.
Fair enough, fair enough. But as the lights are out on the pace car, Jason, what do you say you get us going this time?
Yeah, no worries. I am back in the session, and I'm not going to be too much of a beacon of information for anyone I'm not focusing on, but that's fine.
That's what you got me for, buddy.
Exactly. And luckily, the pace car doesn't have to follow the same pit rules everyone else does, so it's able to take that hard left now. And then AJ Green can get ready with Geico restart zone. He has gone early, as I would expect, and taken the restart by storm.
He's at that as we're following the 14 Mahindra Ford Mustang of Charles Robertson. He has Alex Waggart, Marcus Hagman, and hometown hero Skylar Carnes there with them. And for some reason, Carnes in the 47 is being scored as the 50 tonight. So, I mean, I know we're in the middle Tennessee area, and some of the best moonshine in the world comes out of the hills around here, but tech officials should not drink before handing out transponders.
Well, that's something I guess they can work on for the next race to make the drinks a little bit less strong when they're handing those out. But
Absolutely.
Skylar is setting very quick times at the moment. Quick time of the race, in fact, so far was set a lap before last.
It is at that with a 14.81 for the Fry's 47. Good to see Skylar back behind the wheel of the NOS Energy Chevy Camaro. But Jason, you know, we go from one place with good barbecue to another place with good barbecue next week as we head into Texas for the Lone Star. Uh-oh, what happened?
Well, I heard
Steven
Manus calling it
Sear?
out, so
Oh my, the right front suspension is no longer connected to that car. Let's see what happened to Mr. Steven Sear, shall we?
go for it.
Oh, yeah, we're going to back that up another lap. There you see Sear in the middle, just gets a little bit of the old Spanish Archer off the 20. The 78 finishes him off. Ow! Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I will not have the replays, but yeah, I get the delayed reaction, and yeah, that's
They're coming down the front straightaway,
is
going into turn number
interesting
one,
one.
and boop. Oi. Where is 25? There he is. Let's go back and take a look at what happened from Zach Phillips here. Here is Phillips, and just bonk. Or as the kids have been saying recently, bing bong.
Right?
Apparently.
I need to get more in touch. I'm only 20.
It's a thing on the Tot Tick thingy app.
The clock app, yeah.
The whole what is it, Vine 2.0, whatever the hell they're calling it this week. Well, under that whole fracas, though, Curtis Kelly has wrestled the lead away. Oh, well, all hell was breaking loose behind him.
Yep, he has indeed.
And apparently, we've got a couple of drivers that are already electing to not take the fast repair at their disposal tonight. Damian Mulvey and Chase Harden have both put it on the hauler.
Yep, they have. Robert Rowe seems to be having issues. He connected and then disconnected. And
I don't even have him listed.
00 doesn't appear to be here anymore either.
Adam Alshire in his first start here with the iSNF Cup Series. But there you can see Curtis Kelly, the man from the Great White North, St. John's, New Brunswick is where he calls home. Does have a win under his belt. Would love to get another win here tonight to pretty much guarantee his spot in the iSNF Sunday Night Fever playoffs. As the lights are out on the Ford Mustang GT500 pace car, into turn number 3 they come.
Green, green, green.
There we go. Finally pulling the trigger. It was a little late on the trigger pull. Almost waited till we were all the way out of that restart zone before he jumped on it. And that opened the door for Marcus Hagman to really make a dive bomb run on the outside there, as the 22 of Butcher Benjamin and 14 of Charles Robertson going after each other right now for 4th.
Yeah, absolutely, he did. It's not quite done yet, though, because it appears he's been quite slow on the rest of the lap. So Marcus Hagman's now directly behind him, and there's a whole couple of freight trains behind him as well. Marcus Hagman's trying to swing it around the outside, already trying to use middle to top lane to his advantage, as opposed to running it low.
Throw a blanket over your top 8, as you can see them all in that picture coming down the front chute. And then you're about 5 car lengths of a gap, and then we are back under caution. Okay, who just biffed at that time? Derek Cook.
Oh, that's right in front of the leaders.
Oi. Well, let's go back
Well,
and see if we can
difficult
figure
at a
out
15-second lap.
what happened to Derek Cook here. There you see Cook in the 17. Oh my. Let's watch that one more time, and then we're going to see if we can figure out who popped off in front of him. So the 48 Ally car is already slow. That's Brian Treadwell. Let's back that up for him. Oi! We're going to need to back that up a little more for Treadwell. Here we are on the previous lap. Keep your eye on the Ally 48 on the top side. 16 gets a better run out of 2. 48 down on the low side, and back end just washes. Trying to save it, stays up, and there goes the dynamite. '17 tried to shoot a gap that wasn't there. Brian Chu catches a piece of that one as well. And that brings us into caution number 3.
Yeah, what did I say about the setup being loose on cold tires?
I will never doubt you again, my friend.
That is unfortunately the exact thing I was talking about, but I'm not gonna lie, that's difficult to avoid. It's
Well, there's really no place to hide here.
yeah, I mean, it's difficult to avoid setup wise as well. You can't exactly taking the one that's there. It makes sense. So
If you try
I
to
don't blame who's getting the setups in.
Well, the thing is, if you try to change it from the stock setup where it's loose on cold tires, it'll be undrivable if we do get about a 20-lap run-in. By the time you get to those 20 laps under anger, the car will be virtually undrivable with it just wanting to plow nose first into the wall and not turn at all. So it's kind of a lesser of two evils, but unfortunately, nobody using that 3-pound lump or the 5-pound lump 3 feet above their butts.
Yeah, it tends to mean that the lower lane isn't going to be too runnable if you want any sort of run off of the exit of turns.
And it looks like John Hopley put the 19 on the hauler as well, as did Zach Taylor in the 52.
John Hopley's dropped due to packet loss.
Okay, so
Zach
hopefully he'll
Taylor's
be back.
manually disconnected, as has Jake Banner. Linus Brostrom's gone, as he got taken out twice, he said in the chat.
Well, there you go then. Hell of a race that we saw, speaking of Linus, on Thursday in the league that he is the chief cook and bottle washer for. I hope you're feeling better, Jason, because we definitely missed you in the booth on that one.
Yeah, I wish I were there for it, but I was seeing a Finnish man climbing to where he shouldn't be in a rock concert, but here we go.
Okay, green flag back out. Skylar Carnes getting a good getaway that time. Jumps up into the number 2 spot. Weigert and Green going after each other now. It's Weigert on the top shelf. Green, your points leader, on the low side. And Weigert had a hell of a run on Tuesday. And you know, there's something Frank and I were able to discuss at length, is the number of drivers that we've seen in this league able to transfer very well over into that racing league on Thursdays. And I mean, Jason, you and I are probably some of the most privileged people in the iRacing server with all the leagues that we get to call together.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you've got skill, you've got skill, and these drivers, especially the ones that we see in effectively crossover both Thursday and tonight, they've got skill. You can't deny that, and the drivers around them have skill as well. So it's great to see. And speaking of skill, AJ Green trying to make his way back up towards the front where he started this race. 23 putting a good amount of pressure on, as he's tapped the 43.
Hang on to her. And he saved it.
He saved it, see? Skill. There you go.
Weigert right there, out of Sweden, showing exactly why he is driving for Richard Petty Enterprises right now. You know, the shades of the king in his prime is what we just saw out of the 43 there. Checking back with one of his arch rivals there, that's Jonas Skoglund, driving the 41 Mustang. Currently sitting plus 12. Right behind that man, Christian Malsharek out of Bratislava, Slovakia. And if you follow the Euro NASCAR Tour at all, folks, that name's going to sound familiar because he drives the Monster Energy car in the real world.
Yeah, I need to go and see that series at some point. I think they've already been to Brands Hatch this year, unfortunately, so I don't think I'll be able to go this season, but hopefully he still has a ride for next season. I can go and get out to see him race personally in real life.
Yeah, absolutely. Bear with me
We
here.
already got battles going on, passing lap cars, the 24 and the 10, still side by side. They have been for a few laps, and they were 3 with a lap car for a minute there. That got interesting. Oh, now they're going to be 3 with the 41 as well.
That's no bueno. There it goes.
Is he still down there? I think he's still down there.
I think he's still down there safely. Somebody throwing a caution on that one, and I'm hoping it wasn't you.
Did that need one? No, it wasn't me.
That was not needed.
I didn't need one.
No, let's go back and take a look at what did happen to Steven Sear here. See the 41 getting a great run through the middle of the corner. Almost 3 wide. Oh, gets the chrome horn off the 10, and then sideways down into the 21. And of course, my screen just froze. Thank you. What the heck just happened?
Have you had a me issue?
I think I just had a you issue. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back after I try to solve these technical issues. Stick and stay. It's Sim Racing Media.
Back live just in time with the lights out on that Ford Mustang pace car. Skylar Carnes is going to bring us forward to the green flag, to the restart zone. And here we go. He goes immediately and gets a great run. And I think we're going to be seeing that out of the leader a lot more often, Tony, but there's an absolute melee behind him.
There is. That is an angry pack of wolves behind Carnes in the 47, as we're seeing Curtis Kelly, AJ Green, Lance Hill, Marcus Hagman, Charles Robertson all going after each other. Oy. Butcher Benjamin trying to make something happen on the top side. There he is in the AAA Ford Mustang, working on defending series champion Marcus Hagman, as there's still 2 and 3 wide behind him. That's Chris Worrell trying to make his way up through the field. Worrell on the bottom side there in the 11 for Gibbs. Sitting plus 30. Am I seeing this right, Jason?
Yeah, I've got the same thing, so...
Wow.
I think you are seeing this right. We know this man works miracles.
Oh yeah, no, we've seen it time and time again in all the different leagues that Chris runs in here on Sim Racing Media.
But speaking of working miracles, up at the top, Skylar Carnes with nearly a full second lead as he's already coming up to lap some cars.
And Steven Seary just flashed by.
Yeah, he's currently only running a 4X, and I get to see the instant limits. There's a lot of people who are already on 12, got a few on 16.
Already? Oh!
Yes.
I'm guessing Steven Sear is one of those.
Steven Sear
In the
is
5.
on 10.
Surprising. Checking into the battle for the 15th spot. That's Joey Maines on the top side. Series rookie Nathan Alul on the low side. USA don't do it. Adam Duff was trying to make that an international affair, trying to shoot up through the middle. Jonas Skoglund there as well. Ouch! Skoglund just gets yeeted.
Skoglund, stay low. Yep, he's staying on the inside, so that ain't going to be a caution. Unless someone's feeling particularly trigger happy.
Well, he's got to get that car low. And he's got to go all the way back around to turn 2. I don't think he can't get low enough to get onto pit road. Oh,
he can sure as well try.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh no, he can.
And now he can.
Low
but he was trying to go faster than that car would allow, and you can see the left front suspension arm just completely torn off that ride. Checking back with this battle with Adam Duff, Christian Malserick, and Jeff Weimer all going after each other. Chris Worrell just sitting inside the top 5 right now as he goes door to door with the 23 of Lance Hill. Worrell up 33, Hill up 26. So 2 of our biggest movers right there. And there is Hill in the DraftKings 23.
Meanwhile, AJ Green's got himself back up into second place, overtaking Curtis Kelly. And speaking of Worrell, he's trying to work Kelly's inside now, with Lance Hill very much in tow. Contact between the 2 of them. Robin is racing. We carry on exactly as we were. That inside lane working pretty well for that number 11. And he has got that last podium position now.
So far, so good. A couple things to keep in mind about tonight's race. 65% fuel fill and 6 total sets of tires to get them through all 250 laps here tonight at the Last Great Coliseum. As we're going to check in with the battle for 6th and 7th. As Charles Robertson in the 14 and Taylor Butcher Benjamin in the double deuce on the low side, trying to make it happen against each other. It's Ford on Ford crime right now as they've... Jalen Battle trying to put his nose into that battle.
No pun intended.
Or was it?
Someone's had a little moment there near Chris Worrell. Didn't quite see who it was, with 3 wide temporarily as Adam Duff goes for it on Jalen Battle's inside, and he was getting past Charles Robertson himself.
I think Robertson saw what was happening there with his chippy as it was getting. Yeah, go ahead, guys. I'm just going to ride back here. you guys burn your stuff up.
Exactly. I mean, that moves on perfectly to pit strategies, I guess. The
Oh yeah.
65% fuel fill won't really matter, to be honest. I mean, with the amount of fuel that you're using at this track, which is not much, tires are going to be your main issue.
You are correct, sir. You're going to be screaming for Mr. Feelgoods as here we see Duff on the top shelf against Jalen Battle, one of the perennial runners here in the ISNF. And Chris Worrell has gotten by Curtis Kelly, and Lance Hill has done so as well. As there we see the nuclear banana of the Chief Cook and Bottle Washer. That is Miss Rhea Ferris there, getting ready to go a lap down. There she is.
Yes, I'm just focusing on the battle for 10th. There's about 5 cars within the space of, well, 5 cars of each other.
There we're seeing Nathan Alul out of Paris, France. On the low side, he's got Marcus Hagman, defending series champion, on the top shelf. Lilith Peters, series rookie, right there as well, out of Deanna Beach, Florida. We know she knows how to get it done on a short oval track. Checking back up into 9th. That's James Bowles and Charles Robertson going after each other for 9th and 10th. Robertson may have gone too hard too soon and put a little more wear on that right front tire than he was expecting to do so, as now he's fallen back into the clutches of Alul, as Alul was almost a lap down at one point early on.
Yeah, does seem like it. I mean, I would have absolutely murdered my tires by now, so all of these guys are still much better at tire conservation than I am, but it looks like Skylar Carnes may have actually done a similar thing with Chris Worrell, posting much, much better lap times at the moment. Good quarter of a second quicker per lap.
Well, there you can see Carnes as he's weaving his way through the lap traffic, and Worrell has him in his sights. That is the 11 of Worrell as they move their way around the lapped car, the 8 of Joey Maines.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh boy.
Ooh, looks like we're gonna wreck at turn 3.
Peyton Hubbard catching a piece of that one. Let's go back and take a look at what happened to the Reen Camry. You see him coming down the front chute, hauling it off into turn number 1. Good head of steam. Ooh. Nope. That didn't work. Oi! Well, Rhea just took a shot.
Yeah, unfortunately so. That's a classic Bristol wreck where it starts in one turn and finishes in a completely different one.
Absolutely.
But that was quite a nice green flag run we had there. So
It was, and
hopefully we'll be seeing more of that.
We were actually able to bring that green flag run in its entirety. Thank goodness.
We were, and I think some people still are not used to the pit lane situation, with it being a single pit road, not double, as Peyton Hubbard did come down pit road at turn 4 and then leave again through turn 2. That was strange.
Not the strangest thing we've ever seen at Bristol, though.
Oh,
Ton of
well.
retirements to speak of so far, Jason, and I find this quite shocking.
Yeah, well, I think people just guessing they're not going to get much better, so they're
Justin
Yes, they may
Barkley.
think they have better things to do with their time. Yeah, Justin Barkley, Chase Harden, and Steven Sear, the last ones to manually disconnect. David Miller's had some sort of internet issue that he hasn't been able to resolve as of yet.
Zach Taylor, Jake Banner, Linus Brostrom, Adam Alshire, and Isaac Wilson rounding out the ones who have officially withdrawn. We're still waiting on Johnny Castle to get his car fixed. He spent the last 30 minutes on pit road.
Oof. But
Oof
after
is
some
right.
bad news, do you want some good news?
Sure.
We have 8 cars who are still on a 0x
Really?
in this race. We do. Christian Melcharik, James Bowles, Marcus Hagman, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Charles Roberson, Jalen Battle, Chris Worrell, and JB Banner, all on 0.
That's impressive.
And let's not say the amount of people who are above 10.
More than half the field.
Not quite, to be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair to them. And it appears I may have accidentally killed my fellow broadcaster, so...
I went to go say something smart, and the drink that I hadn't just taken a sip of went down the wrong hatch.
Well,
Treadwell.
hopefully you have recovered now as green flag's in the air.
Treadwell has the button. Looks like Worrell got a better jump there. 3 wide going. Oh my goodness. Treadwell stayed out,
Yep.
and I think it's coming back to bite him now. Oh boy.
Yep, caution.
Oh boy.
Have a look at the 16 for that one, Adam Duff.
Alright, hold on. The 16?
Yep.
Alright, let's go back and take a look at what happened to Duff here. There you can see him on the top side, running with Lilith Peters. 3 wide situation in front of him. It was almost a 4 wide situation. And just Peters got up into him. Oy! They're still not done. 22 gets turned, the 12 gets turned, the 17 gets turned. Oy! I think it's easier to tell you who didn't crash than who did. Ouch.
Apparently some people not so happy in the chat.
In our chat or in the sim chat?
In the in-sim chat, although I probably didn't need to say that, to be fair.
I kind of figured that's what you were talking about.
Now, unfortunately, the commentator's curse continues, as those 8 0x's that I've talked about are now 5. So, I will now no longer say specifics just to stop cursing people more.
As we see the 9 able to get one of their laps back. Helps if I'm live, doesn't it? There we go. So Chris Worrell, Skylar Carnes, AJ Green, Brian Treadwell, Jalen Battle, Curtis Kelly, Lilith Peters, Charles Robertson, Lance Hill, and Nathan Alluel rounding out your top 10 as we currently sit. Now, the point I was trying to make prior to that caution coming out, Brian Treadwell, I'm showing him last down pit road on lap 26.
Let me just check that. Yes.
So, almost 60 lap older tires than everyone else around him.
That's not going to be fun.
No, and you saw just how quickly he did the backslide for life. He tried to get down and out of the way as quickly as he could, as safely as he could. But unfortunately, little over-exuberation from most of the rest of the field as the lights have gone out on the Ford Mustang GT500 pace car. Thank you all so much for joining this evening for this showing of the iSNF Sunday Night Fever Cup Series here on Sim Racing Media. Tony Trapasso, Jason Salford up in the booth with you for this one. And we still have a ton of racing left just tonight alone, as the nightcap will be, as it always is, starting at about 8:20 Eastern Time with the DBR 250 here at Bristol as part of Sunday Night NASCAR. As pace car is in, we're getting ready to turn them back loose. Green flag comes back out. Worrell jumps on the loud pedal. Carnes able to go with him. That's probably one of the best outside starts we've seen from anybody here. Carnes just throws it in, going into 3, still side by side with Worrell. The hometown hero looking to do the Bristol stomp here, all the way back to his house with the trophy down Main Street.
Yeah, and the 48 unfortunately showing exactly how powerful tyres are around here.
Yeah, that is definitely no bueno.
Like an absolute brick right now.
Absolutely no bueno. As battle for third, hot and heavy, as Little Peters using the high line. Bangs the wall, coming across the start-finish line. Oh, boy. Oh, say it ain't so.
Something on the back stretch. I didn't see it.
Something happened with our defending series champion. Let's see what this happened to be. Or not. Oh, there it is. Oh, oh my. Well, let's back that up and see what Joey Maines just saw. There you see the 8 of Maines trying to thinking about making it 3 wide, thought better of it. Side by side with the 2, going into 1 and 2. Oh, okay. So that started in front of him as well with the 22.
Well, I thought that would have been fine to not throw a caution for. They were all down low, no?
Let's go back and take a look at what happened here. Keep your eye on the 19 and the 22. They get into each other coming out of 2, and that's what had the caution come out.
Yeah, I didn't see that bit about in front.
As we are going to bring this down to quarter speed so you can get a real good view of it. The 19 starting to slide up the track a little bit and just catches the 22 in the wrong location. And the fact that he was that sideways is why the caution got thrown. And there you see Joey Maines trying to avoid everything and clobbers the 2 cars by him. Looks like the 10 and the 3. So Jeff Weimer catching a piece of it, Marcus Hagman catching a piece of it. And looks like that we're back under caution. Well, the good news is if you're those guys, you still have your fast repair in your pocket.
Yeah, and I didn't see those cars up front before, but better to err on the side of caution when there's a car perpendicular to the wall.
Correct.
So fair enough on that front, but unfortunately at this point in time we currently only have 16 cars on the lead lap.
I'm counting 17 with Brian Treadwell, who just came down pit road.
You are correct, yeah.
So Skylar Carnes, your race leader, electing to take the outside lane. Carnes is plus 14. Lilith Peters going to be starting to his inside, as she is plus 24. Chris Worrell plus 34. And AJ Green not having the early race that he was hoping for, but still in contention, sitting inside your top 4 still.
I mean, you've only really got to be there or thereabouts until the final few laps, and then that's when you really got to be up at the front. Obviously, no stages to contend with here, so not too much point in being completely up at the front. Something's happened behind as we're going towards green. They haven't delayed it, so we will be good to go here.
Looks like Dave Holmberg and Peyton Hubbard getting into each other. There is the 8 coming out of pit road. Battle up into 4th as that's Peters and Green going door to door. Battle a little bit squirrely off of 2 that time. Going to get a run off of 4. Now going into turn number 3, and here comes the 14 of Charles Robertson. And just like that, they have swallowed that lead that Skylar Carnes has had. Battle looking very strong here already.
Yeah, absolutely, and that 42 has been running a great race. Okay. Brian Treadwell has,
I can't even find him.
has had some sort of incident.
Oh yeah, that left front's not attached. Let's find out what happened. Roll that beautiful bean footage. There you see the Ally 48 goes down into the corner, catches a little bit of the apron, tries to free that car up a little bit here on the older tires, or newer tires, I'm sorry. Flirts with the apron again. The 2 almost comes down into him, and Treadwell back end steps out as he tried to lay the power to it.
I just watching the stream for the replay. Yeah, it was thrown because he came back up on track. Yep, that's unfortunate.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see why it was thrown.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, it was better safe than not safe.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, I'm forcing myself to censor myself these days. But, no, Treadwell just tried to lay the power to it.
Was sorry.
Huh?
The word you were looking for was better safe than sorry.
No. It's a saying my grandmother used to say. I'll let you know during our next commercial break.
Yeah,
But
well,
if you folks at home want to guess what that word I was trying to censor myself from saying was, feel free to chime in the live chat.
on the more unfortunate end,
Yes.
there are 4 cars currently running who have 20x or over. And of those, we've got 2 cars that, if they're involved in another 4x wreck, they are out.
Or spin the car twice. Or spin the car and then hit the wall.
Yes.
Quite a few combinations we can play with here tonight. You know, kind of like breakfast at a 4-star hotel where the breakfast buffet is included. You can mix and match whatever you want with that breakfast cereal.
Oh, I like those ones. Or if they somehow manage to get an off track, you get 3 of those.
I don't think that's possible here because I don't see any grass.
Well, I'm sure you can find a way to fly up into space. That's technically off track.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong.
But here we go then. Lights are out once again. Just going through turn 2, and we have stacked them up, ready to get back underway again. Skylar Carnes taking the outside lane, as seems to be the preferred method. Though, if you're the leader, so long as you get clear, you seem to be fine, Tony.
You do, but Carnes wants to try to keep Jalen Battle pinched down on that low side and not let him get the run. And just like that, Jalen Battle is asleep at the switch. AJ Green up into second.
14 getting a monster restart as well. Nearly having nowhere to go and having the 23 follow him through now. Trying to go the long way around Jalen Battle, and looks like that's going to work out for Roberson. Is it going to work out for Lance Hill?
The answer is a definite maybe.
Is
out of Winchester,
definite
Tennessee.
yes at this point.
The thing you got to remember is we're fast approaching the halfway mark. We have not yet seen the money stop. We're not even close to the money stop. As you guys are going to be looking for tires. Carnes slips high. That opens the door for Robertson. Robertson with a little bit of tail wag coming down the front chute. Oy.
Yeah, I think Roberson's going a bit more aggressive here. He's looking for aggressive tire usage and many cautions, I think.
Well, you still got to be careful. You want to try to save a set for a late race caution.
Yeah,
because we're going to see it.
Luckily, with pit and pace speed here, it's easy enough to pit under caution and lose basically nothing. Apart from
Correct.
a little bit of ground.
Correct. But the thing is, you got to have a set of tires to be able to use them.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure how many he's used, as it hasn't picked up a pit stop for him, and I know that's not true.
I've got him down on lap 81 for tires and fuel.
Right, okay.
Let's check back with this battle.
That's when everyone came in.
That's Curtis Kelly, Lilith Peters, Jalen Battle, James Bowles right there, Christian Malstrick right there, as is Taylor Butcher Benjamin. It's the Ream 20 down on the low side. Trying to limp his way around, that's Peyton Hubbard. But this battle between Lilith Peters and Jalen Battle, hot and heavy right now.
Yeah, I think the 42 is trying to bring the fight forward and get Curtis Kelly involved as well, but Jalen Battle is just sort of still there.
And she finally gets
Did
the
the 91
clear.
get checked up by someone?
Possibly. The one?
I think KJ Green must have got checked up by someone because he's joined this battle very, very quickly.
Oh, the 91, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, no, the one was driven by Linus Broström, and he's already put it on the hauler and left the building. They're working their way through the lap cars right now. That is defending series champion right in front of Green. Marcus Hagman, who's had a night he just soon forget right now.
I think, unfortunately, those words are true for quite a lot of people. Bristol taking away some dreams tonight. But hopefully it can make a few more as we roll through towards halfway very, very soon.
And Lance Hill trying to make the low side charge on Charles Robertson for second. They're going to have to get that sorted out pretty quick because they've just been joined by A.J. Green, Curtis Kelly, and Lilith Peters.
Don't forget Jalen Battle right
and Jalen
there
Battle
as well.
Yeah, I was looking to see if he was there, but yeah, Jalen Battle's the caboose in that little freight train as we're looking at about a second, about 3/4 of a second. Back to the battle for 8th and 9th between James Bowles and Chris Worrell as they're side by side. As a matter of fact, there they are, and they've now joined this fracas too.
Yeah, and I wonder, has Charles Roberson once again used his tyres a bit too quickly? I think he has, and
Oi.
that's
That was the
that's a
38
bonk
of
on
Jason
the 45.
Rickett. Left front
Some lovely front
suspension
end
not
damages being
attached.
carrying.
Yeah, left front suspension not attached to that car anymore. Checking back in with this battle. Just inside the top 10. Charles Robertson, Lilith Peters, Curtis Kelly, Jalen Battle, Chris Worrell, James Bowles and Alex Weigert. Now, oi!
Oof.
Somebody threw a caution for that.
I got ready for it, but
Oh, that's why. The 45 was completely sideways.
yeah. I was watching that exactly. I got ready to. It was a close decision.
Let's watch.
Didn't end in anything in the end, but
Let's
that's
watch
just,
that again. Just goes up into the 42. Hagman jumps on the binders, nowhere to go, and the caution's already been put out at this point. So let's back
some
it
great
up.
heads-up driving.
Here's from the start of the lap, from high above in the old Goodyear blimp. Looks like Peters was trying to come down, the 45 was trying to go up.
Yeah.
And that's a basic physics lesson, folks, for those of you who are starting that this year in high school. And you can ask your physics teacher to let you know if I'm right when I say this. Two solid objects cannot occupy the same moment of the space-time continuum.
Just do not ask your quantum mechanics teacher that.
Because they will prove me wrong. But they're also going to talk. They're going to talk about stuff like black holes and whatnots at that point.
Yeah, they'll say something different, but we were looking at the objects, so they can't be in the same place.
Right.
Very intelligent conversations here on Sim Racing Media, but I don't have the brains to keep them up for very long.
And you guys always talk about us stupid Americans over there. See how you are. Oh, wait, no, that's just Jeremy Clarkson who talks about stupid Americans. My bad. Speaking of whom, Jason, are you familiar with the Grand Tour?
I am. I understand that there's a new series out.
It's coming back this week. Matter of fact, I think tonight.
Very nice. I don't tend to watch shows very much all too often. I spend more of my time here on this fine website. YouTube.com.
Yes, yeah, I get most of my news from YouTube Shorts. And a channel I watch called the AK Guy, when he does gun meme review. Anyways, got a couple of takers staying out under this one. Chris Worrell, Alex Weigert, and Nathan Alluel all electing to not come pit side, as we are on lap 132 of 250. However, from AJ Green on back, guess what? 4 in fuel for everyone.
Yes, that's not going to be feeling nice for Weigert, Worrell, and Alluel. We'll see whether that throws any spanners into the works. I mean, honestly, I think the safest bet for everyone is to stay on the same tyre strategy as...
For those of you on this side of the big pond, that's called a monkey wrench.
Sure. There's more chance of collision when you're
Green.
unexpectedly slower, as Chris Worrell pulls the trigger. As expected, AJ Green absolutely rocketing through into second place.
Well, he's not
quite
clear yet.
3 wide as we go through.
There it goes. And the 14's not done yet.
Yep, it's going. Yep.
There it goes. Well, let's roll that beautiful bean footage again.
What were the words I said?
Monkey wrench.
Yeah, something collision more likely if there are...
and boom goes the dynamite. There goes the 43. There goes the 14. 7. Nowhere to go. Gets run over from behind trying to get that car woed down. So Alluel gets hit in the front and the rear. to find how do you
Yeah.
do in only your second race with the series.
I have to say the 14 had a really nice drift going. If only there were no other cars on track.
And if only there wasn't a safer barrier on the inside wall, he probably could have saved it.
Yeah. But oh ho ho ho, Nathan Alou has to be very, very, very careful.
Uh-huh. I was just thinking that myself.
Very, very careful. One more X.
Well, while we are under
France.
caution, we are going to step away, pay a couple bills, and we'll be back right after this. And we are back at Bristol as the lights go out on the pace car. Chris Worrell, AJ Green, Lance Hill, Alex Weigert, Lilith Peters, Jalen Battle, James Bowles, Nathan Alul, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and Christian Malsharek rounding out your top 10, with Worrell having the button on a 50-lap older tires. Wow.
Hang on, we're not going green.
And we're not going green.
Yellow has been extended because there was
A melee in the back.
there was a melee under caution.
And there's the cars that are trying to catch up now, hoping they can cold trickle the field. Something happened to Chris V here. We're about to see what happened to the Muskegon, Michigan native as he jumps on the binders.
Yep, everyone was stopping a little bit more than everyone else, and that's what you call a traffic snake.
Absolutely. As we go back live, as pace car should be getting ready to peel on off. There it goes, and here we go.
Green, green, green.
And Worrell jumping back on the loud pedal. Lance Hill has the door open for him as he works the inside of AJ Green, going through 1 and 2. And just like that, the Winchester, Tennessee native up into second place.
Yeah, as Alex Weigert trying to get a move done on AJ Green, but not able to, and now having to defend heavily in a nice little battle here between the 42 and the 6.
Oy, Hill was all sorts of sideways coming off of 4 that time. He gets that one sorted back out.
You. This ain't the dirt version of Bristol.
True story. Jalen Battle currently holding on the number 3 spot. Alex Weigert and James Bowles going after each other right now for that final spot in the top 5. That's Bowles on the low side as he Lance Hill making a bid for the lead. Fresher Tires going to win out on that one as Worrell now caught on the top side. Highest running car without fresh shoes is the 11 of Worrell, as he's going to stay up and out of the way. And I got to say, I kind of like the pit strategy. Here in this middle portion, maybe saving a set for later on in the tire run. Or later on in the race, should we get a late race caution, he's going to have that extra set of tires over those guys that have gone pit side, and just burned up the, if I read the notes right, 6 extra sets, so 7 total tonight to get them through all 250 laps.
Yeah, and it's not like Chris has completely murdered the set of tires that he's on.
Oh no, he doesn't do that.
Because he's still running all right laps for someone with 70 lap old tires. That's still very impressive lap times. Obviously, everyone around him is going to be shooting past, but
he's the highest running car so far that didn't come pit side back on lap 30 or 130 or 137.
Exactly, and unfortunately, that incident under caution, Tony, has got our first driver leaving the building, crossing the road, and going to the Dairy Queen.
And who might that have been? Jason?
Huh?
Who got it?
Christian Delgado.
Oh. Not a good night.
So, no, unfortunately not. We won't be seeing him anymore in this race. Hopefully he can come back and have a better showing wherever we are next. I'll take a look.
We're going to Texas. Y'all get in the truck, we're going up to the big house.
More barbecue.
Brisket. Carolinas and Tennessee are more catered towards pork, like pulled pork and whatnot. Texas, it's all about beef brisket.
Two very good styles, I think.
And I made the mistake when I first moved down south of the Mason-Dixon line of thinking all barbecue sauce was the same. How silly of me. Ooh!
Ooh, there's a car sideways.
Yeah. The 23 caught a big piece of that one, so Lance Hill gonna have to get that car fixed. As we're checking out Chris V here. He is now door to door with the 25 of Zach Phillips. And boom goes the dynamite there, back up on track. That's where the 23 clobbered him. Lilith Peters ate the wall to try to avoid. Model. Let's watch this one again here. Keep your eye on the 27 on the low side, folks, as
no bueno.
He's going to swing down, still gets on the high side, brushes the wall, goes to lay the power into it. Unfortunately, the 2 is there, and up the track he goes. And I didn't get that in time, so let's try that again. You see Chris V as the 25 throws it to the inside. He brushes the wall, and then the car just snaps loose on him. Son of a... Have I mentioned I hate my camera controls tonight, folks? So
I think maybe you have.
Let's watch this again here. And there he is, already sideways, chasing it down the hill. Gets into the 2. They both pound the inside safer barrier. Back up the track, and this is what hurts. Oy. And you see the tail lamp portion of that body getting completely ripped off. Wow. As the 33 of Christian Malsharek guessed wrong, and unfortunately caught a piece of that one as well. Lilith Peters in the gain, number 42, electing to stay out, as does Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Christian Malsharek, Charles Robertson, all electing to stay out. Skylar Carnes leading the charge down pit road to get 4 fresh tires and some fuel, as we are currently working lap 163 of 250 here tonight from Bristol. Round number, I believe this is 9?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, it is. Round number 9 of the iSNF Sunday Night Fever Cup Series. Sorry, round number 8.
Is it?
Round number 8
got
is...
round 9.
Am I looking at the right... Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Now I am. Yes, this is round 9. Next week we'll be at round 10 at Texas. Yeah. And then all we have is Talladega, Charlotte, Roval.
Green flag.
And here we go, back underway. There's Peters, Robertson, and Butcher Benjamin. A little bit of tail wag out of that Mahindra Ford, driven by Robertson right now. James Bowles looking to use those fresh shoes to his advantage. Running door to door with his former teammate, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, on the top shelf right now. There's Kelly letting him in.
I'm looking up to Worrell right now, who was charged on the last green flag run. He's looking to do the charging this time round. He's one of the ones with the fresh shoes.
He does at that. Them going 3 wide in front of him has got to be a pucker moment for sure. Here comes Alex Weigert as well, looking to follow Worrell through. Is your biggest movers right now. Lilith Peters in the 42, currently plus 25, leading the race. Charles Robertson in second, currently plus 10. James Bowles in third, plus 22. Skylar Carnes in fourth, plus 11. Chris Worrell, plus 32, is the final car in the top 5. As he has finally gotten clear, he's trying to bring Alex Weigert with him. As Carnes and Robertson go door to door, and there it is. Dave Holmberg, it looks like.
I gotta be honest, I don't know what that was for.
Well, let's take a look at what happened to the Brandt 77 here.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Bounces off the wall, gets finished off by the 99, and around she goes. As we are under caution number, I've lost track. Let's see what the Tattletale is going to tell us here. 13.
13th
caution.
Where are you seeing this?
Huh?
Where are you seeing this?
Tower.
Ah, I see.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to put a question out to everybody out there in YouTube land watching this broadcast. Go ahead in the live chat, and if you're watching a replay of this race, that's great too. Go ahead and drop what your favorite race car is from any era around the world.
Ooh, this one.
We're opening it wide open right now, Jason. Any series, any year, any homologation, favorite race car, and go, Jason.
Anything at all?
Yes.
I think it's got to be some form of old crazy prototype, first of all.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Mazda 787B sticks out.
The first
one of the
Japanese
crazier
car
ones.
to ever win Le Mans. Yep,
Yep.
I can see the beauty in that car. Personally, I'd have to say Sir Malcolm Campbell's Bluebird,
Yeah.
the land speed record holding car. And ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen that car, you owe it to yourself to Google Sir Malcolm Campbell Bluebird and just look at the craftsmanship in that car from back in the 30s.
Yeah, definitely. And
I mean, this was before we had, the CNC machines like we have today. That was all done on an old English wheel and hammers and dollies to pound that body into the shape that they got it into. And the aerodynamics on that thing was revolutionary for its time.
yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, I bear bad news again, as Jason Ricketts has taken the DQ limit and taken the 12-minute and 7.4-mile drive up to the nearest Dairy Queen location.
Slanja.
I definitely didn't just look that up.
No, I know roughly where you're talking about.
Yep, as
Green,
Pizzas
green,
has the button once again. And off we go. Brilliant restart for Chris Worrell as well.
Absolutely. Is Worrell on the fresher shoes by about 30 laps. Here comes Skylar Carnes on the inside of James Bowles. Equal laps for those two as Worrell now working the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, hang on to her.
Yep. I was just in the process of calling that.
Okay.
As now, unfortunately, Rhea Farris is making that drive as well.
Ah, crap. So let's watch the restart now. You can see Bowles there on the low side, defending against Skylar Carnes. Now goes to the top shelf, tries to lay the power down. Car just washed out on him. Carnes absolutely nowhere to go. Gets annihilated.
And I think luckiest man on the planet goes to the number 7. Very glad he'll be very glad that those cars stayed low.
So we're following along with Skylar Carnes. And you see the 47 looks low going through 3 and 4. The 6 just gets a little loose. May have tagged the wall. Back in a Carnes car, gets lifted. Bang goes the 20. And rips the left front suspension off the NOS Energy number 47 of Carnes. So one of our hometown heroes, his night just got a whole lot more difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those who may be wanting to make a quick escape, nearest airport is Tri-Cities Airport in Boring, Tennessee.
Well, that's not very nice. There's lots of things to do in Tennessee, Jason.
I'm just saying the name of the town. It's an unincorporated community called Boring.
So many jokes,
Right.
so little time.
Right by a motocross track by the looks of things.
As you
That's
do.
not boring.
Well, if you can't fly bikes, fly planes.
Yeah, two fun race tracks within a few miles of each other.
Well, just on this property, there's 2 awesome race facilities.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have the last great coliseum that is the Bristol Motor Speedway, and just on the outside of turns 3 and 4. No, just on the outside
Yes.
of 1 and 2 is Thunder Valley, the quarter-mile drag strip here. No, it is 1 and it is 3 and 4.
Yeah, just outside turn 4.
And some amazing passes have been made at that drag strip too. And iRacing, if you're listening, please,
Go on.
please, can we have drag strips?
That would be
you've
fun.
inadvertently scanned 7 of them already.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 4 disciplines of motorsport. Let's get a 5th. Why not?
As Lilith Peters
That's,
going to have the button one more time as pace car does peel on off.
Green flag, green flag.
Peters holds him down, finally pulls the trigger. Worrell almost spins the tires, trying to get back up to speed as Weigert and Kelly go door to door for 3rd.
Yeah, great restart from the 11 though, was keeping Lilith honest, and probably going to try and make that pass stick in a little bit. Got 30 lap younger tyres, so here he goes for the lead down the inside of that 42. And unfortunately not going to get that done before the caution flies for a wreck in turn 3.
Lance Hill in the 23. Let's go see what happened to Lance. This is the replay here as he's flirting with that down low side. As there it is. And the 19 gets a Dairy Queen award. Congratulations, John Hopley. Have a blizzard on me.
Yeah, I mean, nothing against him, to be honest. It's
Just one of
it's
those
difficult to
stitches.
avoid anything here.
Oh yeah. It's a self-cleaning track that has absolutely nowhere to hide.
Yeah. Well, he joins a group of 5 drivers who are now above 25x. There are 3 people now on 24, though Mark Hanna isn't here, so call that 2 people, though Lance Hill also has a meatball, so
Well, it usually happens when you get the front suspension arms ripped off that car.
yeah. Did he not have that fast repair then, I wonder?
I think he did. It's just he had to tow it. Yeah, I'm looking
You
at
can
the...
still use fast repair under a tow.
Yeah, but you still have to wait the tow out.
Yeah, but he's been there 10 minutes.
Lance Hill?
Yeah.
He's just
Well,
brought
I
the
can see.
caution out.
Did he?
Minute and a half. Have you
I'm
been...
seeing things,
okay,
apparently.
Jason, you're not allowed to hang out with the tech officials anymore.
Nah.
You know, it's bad enough they're drinking while handing out transponders. I don't need you drinking before a broadcast, my friend.
I will once again blame the fact that I've had to turn my max cars down to 30
I gotcha.
because the league brings in such good turnouts that my CPU can't handle it.
It's probably a good thing you weren't there on Thursday then.
Yeah, maybe.
As we're under our 15th caution here tonight. Working lap 138. They're getting ready to start relap 138. Make sure I'm live. I am live. We are good. Lilith Peters electing to take the outside lane this time, it looks like, as lights should be going out on that Ford Mustang GT500 pace car. The official pace car of iRacing always has been, always will be. And the question for tonight, most beautiful race car ever created. Any series around the world, any era, any series, any class, and go. And Jason already said that he'd have to say it was one of the old Group C prototypes, calling out the Mazda 787B. I, of course, said Sir Malcolm Campbell's Bluebird.
I think Curtis Kelly agrees with me by the looks of things.
That's what it looks like.
Great minds think alike, as Lilith Peters is going to have the button once again, and Chris Worrell just sort of went and then didn't, and caused a bit of a stack up.
Well, he was trying to get a good restart. Had to let Peters get to the start-finish line before him, though. There's 3 wide behind him. Skylar Carnes, the meat in that sandwich, and around goes Carnes.
He stayed low, though, so he should be fine. Oh, he's rolled back up.
Go. Start.
Yellow,
Fire
yellow.
the car.
Leave.
Fire the car. Could not get it fired in time.
I wasn't going to call it if he left, and then one of the admins decided to call it.
And there you see Carnes trying to follow Taylor Butcher Benjamin through, as the 43 decides to send it 3 wide. It's Alex Weigert in the 43. Just a slight touch, as there is bigger problems behind him. That was the 27 of Chris Van Mistek. Let's take a look at what happened with Chris here. He's just trying to get some separation to not have to worry about reservations at Dairy Queen. See the Fastenal 17 of Derek Cook there with him. And, yep, basic physics in action again.
And by the looks of things, I think Chris has got a black flag to serve. As apparently the way it works is if you're ahead at any point within that Geico restart zone, the black flag gets given to you. But he wasn't ahead at the line, so I honestly think he should be that should be taken away from him. But that's not my decision to act upon.
Well, you know what? Let's go back and take a look at that green flag. Here we are. This is the restart. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, he was temporarily ahead within the restart zone, but not ahead at the line.
Because Lilith tried to Texas the start. She went and then didn't go and then went. And that's what caused the melee with Carnes getting yeeted there. So Worrell not going to be a happy camper.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
You can see the front end of her car just before they get to the restart zone. The front end of her car lift up.
Yeah, it sort of
and then
lurched
slam back
then...
down, and that's when
Yeah.
Chris tried to pull the trigger. So, little chicanery going on there. Right now, as they currently sit, Chris Worrell, Curtis Kelly, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Charles Robertson, Alex Weigert, AJ Green, Jalen Battle, James Bowles, Christian Malschrick, and Nathan Alul rounding out your top 10. And we have an all-international top 11 right now, with Angel Hernandez sitting plus 25 back in 11th place. Sorry, plus 29 back in 11th place. As the lights do go out on the pace car, we're about ready to turn them back loose here. The pace car is in. Worrell leads them back into the Geico restart zone, pulls the trigger, and just like that, we are back underway.
Yeah, and Worrell's going to get low after this first lap to try and serve that penalty, but here we go with the 14. Going around the outside of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Slams into that wall, slams into the 22. But not all too much contact as the 6 is trying to move his way up now as well. Up 21 spots, trying to make that 22.
Sideways off of 4.
Oh,
Nope,
dear.
that's not gonna. Ouch.
Yep. I was in the process of calling that. Isaac Wilson is a very quick man on that caution button.
Great googly moogly. Well, let's go back and see what did happen to the 6. Here you see him on the top shelf, working the outside of AJ Green, coming out of turn number 2. Throws it to the inside, coming through 3 and 4. And back end steps out as he tries to lay the power in. And unfortunately, as we see a lot in these next-gen cars, you've got 2 shots at saving it. The third time you spin the wheel, you're going into the wall.
Yeah.
So now it's good news, bad news. Good news, if you're a Chris Worrell fan, guess who just got the free pass to get back on the lead lap? The bad news, if you're not a Chris Worrell fan, guess who just got the lucky dog to get back on the lead lap? Same answer to both questions.
Yeah. I could assume so. But I think great news for us up here in the booth, because he provides a great show whenever he's on the lead lap.
Oh, yeah.
And admittedly, I don't think he deserved that black flag anyway. So,
well,
there you go, maybe.
See, the sim done messed up, AA Ron.
Yeah.
Because now you have a mad Chris Worrell starting at the tail end of the field, and he's on the lead lap.
He will be, yeah. He isn't at the moment, and he's just entered the pit lane, so...
Well, he got one of his 2 laps back.
Ah, I see.
So he's hoping for another caution. So Curtis Kelly was last down on lap 160. We're working lap 202 of 250 here tonight. And Jason, we're within you can make it from here range.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, on fuel, we may well have been there 50 laps ago.
Well, no, they're only letting a 65% fuel fill go with these cars.
Oh yeah, but honestly, you could get nearly 200 laps on a full tank if you've got if you've taken cautions into account. So,
well, yeah, but we don't like to talk about the redheaded stepchildren of the family. That's when you think about it. That's really what cautions are. They're the redheaded stepchild of the flags. They, nobody likes them when they come out. And do you know why? Because for a lot of these drivers, the sun won't come out tomorrow because they ate too much Dairy Queen.
yeah, unfortunately true for 5 drivers and nearly true for 3 more currently running. So hopefully we won't be seeing any more of those. But Curtis Kelly once again having the button up on that outside lane, and AJ Green, that was an interesting restart from you, sir.
You've got to be kidding me. We really need to talk to someone about this. We are going to have to go to a break real quick, folks, because guess whose computer just froze? We'll be back.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And we are back and back under caution here at the It's Bristol Baby 250. And Jason, unfortunately, I don't think I have it, but let's find out.
Probably not. I will see if I can give some expert radio commentary on what happened.
Oh, you know what? I know exactly what's going on.
Go on.
Same thing that I used to do to you when you were running cams. Room name.
Negative. My
Negative
room
Ghost
name
Rider,
is iSNF Xfinity.
Okay.
I'm on the other one. I thought about this.
Well, regardless,
But my best radio commentary impression is coming through 3 and 4. Skylar Khan's was, well, I think it's fair to say, inside the 45.
and that's never a good idea in iRacing.
No. And then getting onto the power, naturally the 45 got loose. But the car, well, inside their rear end and up into the outside wall. Skylar Khan's hard into the inside wall. His left front is gone. And I'm not so sure about Curtis Kelly. But I think his car is not going to be too happy about that one either. It wasn't a suspension hit for the 45, but oh, he did get a massive hit by Chris Worrell, actually. So, 3 big contenders for the race.
I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for not being able to have that replay. As apparently my last systems update changed some of my settings in iRacing, unbeknownst to me, but here we are. JB Banner, James Bowles, are both electing to stay out there. Bowles was last down pit road on lap 178. JB Banner in the 9 was last down on lap 200. Charles Robertson, AJ Green, both electing to take 4 in fuel, as did everyone in the top 12. Marcus Hagman rounding out your lead lap cars currently. The teammates Chris Worrell and Brian Chu are going to be slugging it out for the free pass position, as those two Gibbs teammates sitting 13th and 14th in the standings, both 1 lap down currently.
Yep, it's going to be an interesting one to the end here. We may well see a winner that we do not see all too often with all of these cautions and everything being thrown up into the air. But James Bowles has the button and goes. AJ Green follows him very nicely, and there's going to be a big stack up behind them.
JB Banner on 20 lap older tires. Will Peters flashes around the 9. The 9 about to be the meat in the sandwich, and not a very vulnerable spot that you want to be in.
That's AJ Green now going for the lead. Trying that inside lane on James Bowles. James has got much less fresh tyres, but that outside lane seems to be working very well for him, getting the run off the turns rather than coming in. But the 91 was ahead as the caution was called. So he will stay
looks like
top.
Jeff Weimer. Let's take a look at what happened to the 10. There he is on the high side.
Damn. The 7 was staying lucky, and unfortunately that luck ran out.
Yeah. As we are going to check that from high above. There you see the 10 on the outside. So keep your eye on the Nation's Guard number 7 on the low shelf.
And then keep your eye on where he is not.
And boom goes the dynamite. And
Yep,
the
that is
7...
the DQ.
The 7 of Nathan Alul. I don't think they've got Dairy Queen over there in France, so...
No.
Enjoy, my friend. Manja. Or whatever.
Let's get the Google Translate out. He's going to have to visit the Rennes Laitière.
Then
Rennes
Latvia.
Laitière. I think, hang on. Yeah, Rennes Laitière.
Oh, that's what they call
Queen of
Dairy
Dairy.
Queen over there?
Well, that's the direct translation at least.
Of Dairy Queen?
Yeah,
Learn something new every day.
Queen of Dairy.
Remind me to tell you later how to get your butt kicked in a Montreal bar.
Start speaking English.
No, I'll tell you how I did it when we go off the air, because there might be children listening and I don't want them to know this. Just know that I insulted a guy, but he had to translate it into English and then back into French to understand what I had just said to him. It was the most comical thing I've ever seen.
I think I've had this story before, but I'm happy to have it again.
AJ Green going to have the button. Charles Robertson, Lilith Peters, Jalen Battle, Alex Weigert, Christian Malsherek, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Marcus Hagman, Angel Hernandez, and James Bowles rounding out your lead lap cars. JB Banner and Chris Worrell. Sorry, that was your top 10. Chris Worrell and JB Banner rounding out your lead lap cars. So now Worrell officially back on the lead lap with 20. We're going to restart with 23 to go.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one, especially if we can keep all of the cars in a straight line and pointing the correct direction.
And you can get your hate mail coming out, folks. That's Jason Salford, care of ESBN Towers, London, England, P.O. Box OU812.
Green flag.
That is
green
correct
flag.
indeed, as AJ Green gets a great restart. Once again, we see the leader getting a brilliant restart, and Jalen Battle following him straight through. He's going to have a charge on the lead pretty much immediately. So that 91 gets a good block
no,
off.
he's not.
As that charge is
Negated with the
falling a bit
caution.
short.
It's Christian Malsherek pointing the wrong way on a one-way street in between 1 and 2. Let's go back and take a look at what did happen to the 33 here. This is on the restart. He's got Weigert to his inside, Peters in front of him, and Hagman behind him.
I think from TV3 that was just the 43 coming up a bit when there was a car there.
That's kind of what I saw.
Yeah.
Let's watch that again from high above. This is what our friends in the Bad Year Blimp picked up. See Malsherek there on the top side. Yeah, the 43 just didn't realize he was there. James Bowles catching a piece of that one as well. Everybody else doing a pretty decent job to escape calamity. But that brings us under our next caution. Caution number 20. So, with the over-under being put at 17 tonight, if you bet the over, you win. And if you're playing the at-home drinking game, and you haven't died of alcohol poisoning yet, you win. For those of you unfamiliar with the at-home drinking game, every time there's a caution, you take a drink. And if you want to play...
Just do not play the extreme one.
I was going to say, if you want to play the advanced version of that game, you take a shot for every number of caution. So on the first caution, you took 1 shot. The second caution, you took 2. Third caution, you took 3, and so on. I wouldn't recommend that unless you're trying to get alcohol poisoning, in which case, that's how you get alcohol poisoning. And we don't condone alcohol poisoning here on Sim Racing Media.
We do not indeed, and great support in chat there for the 42 car of Lilith Peters.
There is Lilith in the game number 42.
Yeah. Chat wishing the best of luck.
Yep. Darbro saying that he agrees with me. Drag racing would be a good in iRacing. I think you're right, because there's a couple of leagues that I've had the privilege of running with in the past as a driver, and it was always fun, but you had to have 2 people watching the race, one at the starting line and one at the finish line, and then you had to figure out a way to start them. But
Yeah.
I mean, if the NHRA can get behind that schlock that they just released as a video game, I'm sure if they teamed up with iRacing, we could have so much better. And as the lights are now out on the Ford Mustang GT500 pace car, field working its way down the back straightaway, your pole sitter AJ Green electing to take the outside starting lane over Jalen Battle. And Battle looking to get a good restart like he did in the previous one. We are going to restart with 17 to go. Pace car is in. Field into the Geico restart zone. Green holds him down to about halfway before jumping on the loud pedal. And here comes Peters trying to make some headway. Charles Robertson dives it to the inside. Peters not quite as aggressive on the low side. Something just happened to Jalen Battle. Oh my.
Did he just get loose? Was that all? Yeah, that was all.
Well, let's find out, as we're going to follow the 24 here.
Jalen was trying to push it as much as he could, fair enough, but just got loose on those cold tires.
Ooh. He's down in the 14. That shot from the 41, that'll rattle your fillings.
And it may have been impressive. It's impressive it's taken this long, but unfortunately that does mean we now have no drivers still running on a 0x.
As you do.
And how many cautions, Thomas? That's 21. This is our 21st.
It is at that. So good news if you're a Joe Gibbs Racing fan. Brian Chu now back on the lead lap. Taking a quick look at the weather conditions here tonight. 75-degree ambient air temperature under the lights. 56% relative humidity. Track temperature at 78. Not horrid. Not the worst we've ever seen here at Bristol, but with a car that starts off loose anyways and having a relatively cool track, and I'm not seeing a ton of rubber laid down yet because we haven't really had that many laps under anger. There's still a lot left to race for here tonight.
And, has it been a good race, Thomas? Well, when we've had the green flag runs, it's been a brilliant race.
Oh yeah, no, the green flag runs have been absolutely awesome, spectacular even. There haven't been a lot of them.
That's the unfortunate part.
So AJ Green, Lilith Peters, Charles Robertson, Alex Weigert, Marcus Hagman, Angel Hernandez plus 34 in 6th position. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Christian Malshrek plus 14, currently sitting in 8th. JB Banner and James Bowles rounding out your top 10. And bad news for the rest of the field. Those Joe Gibbs cars are going to be starting side by side back there in row number 6 on this restart.
And they are ready. Who is not ready is the second. Oh, never mind. We're not side by side.
We should be going lights out this time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I for some reason thought we were lights out. I was seeing things. It's fine.
So lights are out on the pace car. AJ Green from the top side gonna have the button. The Pied Piper of Clemens, North Carolina. Your current points leader coming into tonight. Was able to start on the front row. Is currently sitting where he started. Currently the only one doing so, I might add. Oh, no, Marcus Hagman is as well. There he is on the low side.
Green flag.
Green flag comes back out, and we are back underway. Everybody kind of tiptoeing right now as we are 11 to go.
This is probably the closest restart we've seen by far, to be honest. The top 4 all really on it, and not too far away in tow is the rest of the field. Alex Weggett trying a move around the outside of Charles Roberson. I hear wreck calls. That's not a good thing.
I'm not seeing it.
Hopefully they're off track. I think they are then.
Yep, James Bowles missing the right front suspension on that car. But we stay green.
He was the one shouting to keep it green, so that's great stuff from him there, as Alex Weggett has got that lap done. And great news if you're a fan of Lilith Peters. That is a 14.61 as the fastest lap set in this session so far. The chase is on.
Oi. Side by side, Peters and Green. Peters only a part-timer here in the iSNF Sunday Night Fever Cup Series. Looking to steal one here tonight. Just powers around the outside. We are 5 to go. Skating coming off of 4.
Yep, and it is a great time to be using those tyres. Bit of a different tyre strategy, I think. Lilith's last pit stop was a 9.82 seconds, where AJ's was a 14.5. So yeah, well, those 2 tyres are going to be working out very well. It looks like they are working brilliantly here, as we're going to be 3 laps to go here when we cross the start-finish line.
Peters and Green still going after each other. Green's going to pull alongside, going through 3 and 4. Peters keeping it wound up on the second shelf. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks in the air. Peters and Green, half a second to the good over the battle for 3rd. Alex Weigert currently has that spot. Peters still on the top side, Green on the low side. White flag in the air. We are racing back to checkers, Jason.
Yep, the 42 looks to be better off of 3 and 4, but I think the 91's got an advantage through 1 and 2, though. 42 up in front through 3 and 4. The 91 working his way down.
Oh my goodness.
That was close on the line, but it goes to the 42 of Lilith Peters in the end. Congratulations, and I think that's the first time that the chat hasn't jinxed people. So congratulations, Dragon24. You are...
this is coming to the white flag. White flag is in the air. There you see Peters. Let me turn that off so you can see the good shot of this. Green's just going to send it going into 3. Here he comes, throws it along the inside. They beat and bang, and by a fender, the 42 hangs on for the dub here tonight.
Yeah, that was a great last lap.
Oh, it absolutely was. And as she's doing her victory burnouts here, Jason, I believe you've got our race winner with you now.
Yeah, hello Lilith, congratulations. That was a hell of a good last 5 laps there.
Hello, gentlemen. Thank you. Tried my best.
Well, it was well, we saw you in and around the top 5 area for pretty much the entire race. So how was your strategy working out? Was it basically just stick with what everyone else is doing around you, or did you do anything different there?
I knew 2 tires was decent, so I was trying to plan out my cautions, and I don't think I had winning speed, so I needed to work around that. So it worked that time, I guess.
Yeah, it worked pretty
Yeah,
well.
but
And
AJ is pretty good. I knew I couldn't beat him on speed, so
Mm.
I thought he was gonna pass me, but glad I was able to hold him off.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great way to hold him off around the outside, and he definitely tried his hardest through those last 2 turns. But congratulations, I'm not the best on interviews, Tony. My
Well,
brain gets frazzled after last laps like that.
one of the biggest movers of the night, coming home with the victory here at the last Great Coliseum. How difficult was it to weave your way through not only the traffic but the cautions?
Very difficult because it's a 25 limit, so I spent the first half of the race strategizing, like not dying and not getting the X's. And I
Usually a
did
good
somewhat
strategy.
successfully. So yeah, by the time there was like 20 cars left, I was able to actually race, and I had fun.
Absolutely. Well, the series is going to move to Texas next week. Any chance we're going to see you in the Lone Star State?
No, I don't think so. I'm not sure when my next start is going to be. Hopefully pretty soon, though. I'm
All
glad
right.
I could get my teammate Alexander a win. He was happy I showed up for him.
There you go. Lilith, we're going to let you go celebrate with your team. Who do you need to thank before we turn you loose? And before we let you do that, Dragon 24 was pulling for you all night long.
Well, thank you, Dragon 24.
On the YouTube side of things. So, who do you need to thank besides him?
Thanks for letting me race, Rhea, and all the other admins here, and thanks, Tony, for inviting me here. It's been an experience.
Well, you haven't disappointed, young lady, and best of luck to you in your next start here with the iSNF Cup Series.
Later, gentlemen.
So that was our race winner, Lilith Peters, as we are now going to reach out to, where is he? There he is. The points leader coming into tonight, points leader coming out of tonight, the pole sitter for tonight, and the man who finished on the second step of the podium, AJ Green. All things considered, can't be too disappointed, especially with that finish you just had.
Yeah, it was a good race. Just wish could have been first. That's the only thing I'm missing this season. Gotten everything on the top 5 just without first, so.
And it sounds like you're about to do what Marcus Hagman did last season.
Hopefully not. But yeah, I get to increase the points lead, which is not too bad. Another P2 and led some laps. I don't know if it was all the laps, but I led some laps and kind of just avoided all the wrecks. You just had to survive and you'd make it to the end.
Yeah, how difficult was that when you were mired in traffic there in the mid-race, with things popping off all around you? How difficult was it to keep your wits about you?
It was definitely tough. I definitely used the look right and left button quite a bit, being back there, and spotter came in handy, and all that stuff. And then, of course, you had to even control the car because it was loose off the exit. So with all that and going 2 wide, inside, outside, 3 wide, it was just hectic.
Well, we go from the last Great Coliseum to the Lone Star State next week. As the series rolls into the Texas Motor Speedway, what are your thoughts going into from barbecued pork country to barbecued brisket country?
It's gonna be tight. Dirty air is gonna be awful there. I'm hoping we can get less cautions than tonight, kind of get the race quicker, and less cautions, and hopefully we go back to manual cautions, or not manual, iRacing cautions. Tonight it was a little different. I understand what they were doing, but I think iRacing cautions would have been a little better and less hectic.
All right, AJ, again, congratulations on yet another podium. Who do you need to thank before we turn you loose?
Shout out to y'all broadcasting, Rhea putting on the league. Shout out to Liz for winning. My teammates, we had a sub. I don't know where he finished, but Mike finished P23 or 22, so kind of keeping the team points alive there. I think we should be leading there by a comfortable margin, so that's good.
All right, AJ Green, congratulations on another podium. Hopefully next week at Texas you'll get that breakthrough and get the monkey off your back and finally get the top step.
Hopefully.
That was AJ Green, and joining us now, the driver of the Petty Motorsports number 43, Alex Weigert, coming home on a podium here at Bristol. You got to be happy to just have survived this thing.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy. Like, this is the first time I'm driving this car on this track. I'm really new to the car still, so I'm just learning. And when it was green flag, I really liked the track and the car. I had some problems at the start where I either go low side or the high side, but the high side was just perfect for me.
Well, it absolutely did work out for the best for you. You're able to keep your wits about you. You're able to stay out of trouble for the most part tonight. Just how difficult was that at times with the different tire strategies we were seeing and the different variables in speed that we were seeing because of that? Picking your way through the traffic, that slower traffic, how difficult was it at times?
I mean, I'm really good when it comes to reading the field because Daytona is my favorite track, as you guys know. So for me, it was not a problem, as you maybe saw, for me dodging stuff. So for me, I was not scared of the crashes. I was more scared of me losing the car because out of turn 3, I think it was, or something, the car was really loose sometimes. So I was like drifting a lot. So I was more scared of myself being too aggressive.
Well, it definitely paid off for you in spades as far as coming home with a podium here at the last Great Coliseum. But we go from Tennessee to Texas next week. What are your thoughts going into the 1.5 miles in the Lone Star State?
I love tracks like that, and I can't wait to drive it. So I'm looking really forward to it and trying to get a win, and we will see what happens. But main focus is keeping this consistency all the time, like top 5, top 10, just getting the points. And as long as I'm getting top 3, top 5, top 10, I'm really happy. So yeah.
All right, Alex, we're going to let you go celebrate the podium with your team. Who do you need to thank before we let you go do that?
Yeah, I want to thank my esport team, Bright Esports, and TCG, Logitech, my main sponsor, Picket Last, and Boxbollen. And of course, my whole family, my mom, and everybody's watching
Hi,
here
Mom.
in Sweden. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, Alex Weigert, congratulations. We'll see you next week in Texas.
Yeah, and thank you.
And that, Jason, puts another one in the books for us, my friend, as bringing up the final finishing order now. Hopefully, maybe,
Eventually?
sometimes, occasionally, never. There we go. So we just heard from Lilith Peters, AJ Green, and Alex Weigert. Charles Robertson, Angel Hernandez, rounding out your top 5 in only a second start. Hernandez already up into a top 5 position. Marcus Hagman, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Chris Worrell, great recovery drive for him, coming home in 8th. Christian Malstrick, good recovery drive for him as well in 9th. Brian Chu, after being 2 laps down at one point, coming home in 10th. And JB Banner in the 9, rounding out your lead lap cars. Curtis Kelly, Jalen Battle, Jonas Skoglund, and Jeff Weimer rounding out your top 15. Dave Holmberg, James Bowles, and Chris V, Derek Cook, and Colin Zimmer rounding out your top 20. Jason?
Oh, I've got Michael Hagstrom and Mike Iskandar, 21st and 22nd. Joe Manis, Nathan Noble, and Skylar Carnes running at your top 25. Then we've got Brian Treadwell, Zach Phillips, Rhea Ferris, Lance Hill, and John Hopley in 30th. Jason Ricketts, Mark Hanna, Peyton Hubbard, Christian Delgado, and Adam Duff running out top 35. Justin Barkley, David Miller, Stephen Sear, Zach Taylor, and Jake Banner. That's the top 40 then. The inspiration from Adam Aylshire is how I would say that one.
I got to agree with you on that one.
Isaac Wilson, Johnny Castle, Damien Mulvey, and Chase Harden. Robert Rowe, I don't think ever got to start, and I don't think Chase Harden actually turned any laps either.
Rowe did not start, nor did Harden. So that is going to do it for us tonight from Bristol. Thank you all so much for making us a part of your Sunday afternoon. Be sure to tune in here in about a half hour for Sunday Night NASCAR, as they are going to be back here at Bristol for the next round of their season. And, of course, be sure to join us Tuesday for the Tuesday triple header, kicking it all off with the AARL Truckers Feed America Cup Series at 8:20 as they go to Iowa for round number 8. The Rick Mattek Cup Series round 10 at Talladega. That is at 8:40 Eastern Time. And the nightcap, as always on Tuesdays, the Western States Racing League round number 11 at Watkins Glen. Season number 47. Good grief. Yeah. That's how long those guys have been around. They've been sim racing longer than you've been on this planet, Jason.
Is that Western States?
Western States, yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they've been around for a long while.
They have been sim racing longer than you've been on this planet, my friend. But for Mr. Jason Sawford, this is Tony Trapasso. Remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that until we meet again, and as you walk down the road of life this week, whatever you do, don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.
Good night.